Welcome back. The third generation of the DMK's first family is into film business, and we all know that. Whether it is the powerful Sun Pictures owned by Kalanidhi Maran, or Red Giant by Stalin's son Udayanidhi, or Cloud9 by Argiri's son Dayanidhi, they say and have and rule it all as producers. The industry may not say it so in so many words, but sources say that Kollywood is feeling snuffed. Apparently, these powerful producers are allegedly arm-twisting the industry and have complete control over the theatres in the state, and in fact even decide how many days a film should and can run. But the most popular film face in fact of the DMK says it's all false.
I don't think it's an allegation. I think they have been doing so well. It's whether it's a Cloud9, whether it's Red Giant. I think it's more of a Midas touch, especially Udayanidhi. There's so much of Midas touch with him that even if he picks up a small film, it grows into something very big. So today's industry, we all sail in the same boat. I belong to the industry. So I don't think it's a blame game. It's more so the way they have come up with a strategy of selling a product. And if people feel that it's they who are from the first family, they are taking over the industry. It's a first family later. They all belong to a film industry. Our Honorable CM has been a cinema man. So obviously you expect his family to churn out movies, which unfortunately his children didn't do it. But his grandchildren are doing it. So I don't think anybody should be complaining about it.
The DMK, of course, denying those allegations, even saying that the star power that they have, we just saw Khushbu, who's the new entrant to the DMK, saying that she too can get the kind of votes, and apparently Vijay cannot get the kind of votes, if at all he joined the AIDMK, like the star power of the DMK can. To discuss that in our studio live tonight, Mr. Krishnanand, political commentator, and Bama Devi, who of course is our in-house journalist, but a very senior journalist, someone who's covered Tamil cinema for over a decade now. Thank you both of you for joining us. First to you, if the lady doesn't mind first, it's usually ladies first, but Mr. Krishnanand, the fact that the DMK is denying what they say, is denying the fact that the allegation is completely wrong, that of course is a question regarding business. Let's talk about what it can do to the dynamics of the state politics, and we know that star power is something that really has sort of, in a sense, if I may take the word again, arm-twisted politics in a more positive way. Vijay's movies, again, like we were discussing, is almost like the kind of films that we saw of MGR, the kind of song and dance and the drama that MGR had in his films, and Vijay has that kind of fan base. Do you think, if and when Vijay announces his support for the AIADMK, it will be seen as a huge backup and a huge weight behind Jayalalitha and a dent for Karunanidhi?
Well, I mean, let me just make a very short comment on the arm twisting thing. Yes. This is exactly what happened with Murdoch entering the media industry. I mean, a kind of a monopolization of media, and it has, I mean, it's just not about, you know, how it affects a Vijay or somebody else. It's something that is, it's not good for democracy. I mean, having said that, insofar as Tamil Nadu is concerned, see, Vijay's move, if it had happened, let's say, I mean, if this had happened, let's say, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I would have still maintained that, you know, it's really not going to make a huge impact on Tamil Nadu's politics, because there are, I mean, I for one would not even say that in 1996 it was Rajini who tilted the scale. 1996 was a situation where anybody would have defeated the ADMK and the DMK and TMC coming together. In fact, you know, it was the split in the Congress that made all the difference. Rajini probably...
And then Congress was with the AIDMK.
AIDMK, and, you know, but a large section of the Congress, particularly its leaders with appeal, they all went to the Tamil Manila Congress, and that made a huge difference. Yes. Now, today, I think, you know, I mean,
after the scams.
Yes, exactly. Raja. And particularly after the kind of raids that took place and all, the DMK is certainly not in a position that it was, let's say, 3 weeks ago. Yes. And in that kind of a context, anything that comes against the DMK, see, a Vijay campaigning against the DMK would certainly sort of, you know, I mean, make a marginal impact. It's, I think, you know, what I would call incremental effects in politics. The ADMK seems to be sort of gaining in that sense of the term.
Yes, and what about for the AIADMK? Apart from the star power, of course, do you think Jayalalitha would use this chance to really make him the face or the campaigning face for their party? Is it a win-win for Jayalalitha?
Well,
anyway?
I think, insofar as the ADMK is concerned and Ms. Jayalalitha is concerned, that party consists of one leader and one face, and there is no space for another face out there in that party.
But will it
so
be
Vijay
a win-win for Jayalalitha? Would
yes,
she
definitely,
use him well?
definitely. I think Vijay is definitely going to make an incremental, a marginal difference, and anything that comes the way in that kind of a situation is welcome. And Jayalalitha will certainly grab this whole thing.
Use the best of the opportunity. Bama, it's been reported several times before that after Rajinikanth and Kamal Haasan, Vijay in the next generation of actors enjoys the maximum fan base. Is that true when you look at your reports, your survey on the kind of fan base that Vijay enjoys?
Let me put it like this. Vijay is the only actor, I would say, who is still collecting younger fans, something that stopped with Rajini and Kamal. Even a 5-year-old, Villu may not have been a big hit, but every kid sort of identified with that film, with those songs, and a lot of that is to do with, of course, the two things that Vijay has. One is the way he moves his face like a Bharatanatyam dancer, and at that same moment his leg would be at a 90-degree angle from the floor. I mean, that is something that sends everybody crazy. But of course, beyond the fan base, it's also the fact that he is probably, if he gets into ADMK, going to be a very young campaigner for the ADMK.
For the AIADMK.
Because S.S. Chandran, all the old hands are, he is going to be a fresh face there, and of course he's got fans.
The mass face.
Yes.
So is it true that he has the maximum number of fan clubs as compared to, let's say, the other actors? The reason I'm asking you this, Bama, is to assess in terms of numbers what it means for the AIADMK. Whether indeed we're not sure whether it will indeed translate into votes. But does he have that kind of mass base following in the districts in southern Tamil Nadu, let's say?
Let's put it like this.
Yes.
That again, like his fan base, his fan clubs are also growing. But 5 years ago, it was about 46,000. Today, I'm told it's 52,000 to 54,000, which is again, an indication that it is still growing.
All right. The number of fan clubs that Vijay has is about 50,000, and he's having also a record of about 5 flops. Bama, do you think that this is Vijay's move to ensure that he knows his chances and he knows that he has to come back as an actor? Do you think this is his last chance and he has to sort of take the opportunity to get Jayalalitha to bail him out?
Let's say Kavalan will be his really defining moment. So he will go all out to do whatever he can to make sure the film releases in a big way.
And he will hope that Jaya will indeed be his Kavalan, the bodyguard. Yes. All right, let's listen in to what Jayalalitha had to say not too long ago. In fact, in one of her very controversial rallies in Madurai, the rally that where she spoke not directly about Vijay, but then it would take a a super genius, in fact, to get it wrong. Let's listen in to what Jayalalitha had to say about Vijay and by large about the allegations against the DMK.
அரசியலில் நுழைவது குறித்து பரிசீலிக்க போகிறேன் என்று கூறிய மற்றொரு பிரபல நடிகர் கருணாநிதியின் குடும்ப திரைப்படங்களுக்கு நடித்து கொடுக்குமாறு கட்டாயப்படுத்தப்பட்டார். அவர் நடித்த ஒவ்வொரு படமும் தோல்வி என்பதை கருணாநிதி குடும்பம் உறுதி செய்தது. ஹீரோக்களை ஜீரோ ஆக்குவதும் தன் குடும்பத்தில் உள்ள ஜீரோக்களை ஹீரோ ஆக்குவதும் தான் கருணாநிதி குடும்பத்தினரின் வேலையாக இருக்கிறது.
Okay, zeros to heroes and heroes to zeros. That happens only in Tamil Nadu, and the panel perhaps would agree that with a huge smile on their face. We'll take a little breather of a break right now, but when we come back, we'll give you statistics and perhaps a graphic plaque which can really explain to all of us in clear terms what exactly Vijay's plans were perhaps a year ago and how they have changed. In a little, we're back in about 2 minutes time.